Hi sir, kindly start with your introduction.
Yeah, sure. I'm Professor Jagat Kalwa from Deakin University, School of Medicine, Faculty of Health. So I'm there, professor. I'm leading a lab there. So it's nanomedicine. So that's my introduction. So I'm basically from India. So I did PhD from India, PG in Chandigarh, and after Chandigarh I moved to Auckland Uni. This in New Zealand. After New Zealand, working there 10 years. Now I moved to the Deakin University for the last 8 years. So where we are working on nanomedicine. We are working on non-primary cancer, one cancer. We are working on colon cancer, breast cancer, liver cancer, brain cancer, and various other cancers as well. But beside cancer, we are working on inflammatory diseases as well, starting from osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, atherosclerosis, and brain diseases. So we're working on multiple, but we'll be focusing on more on targeted therapy.
I am Professor Mrinal Ghosh. I was with Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad as professor for about 22 years. Then I have joined as an emeritus professor in West Bengal University of Technology in the Department of Biotechnology. I have done my PhD and DSc in Environmental Engineering from Jadavpur University. My field was mining environment. So you can say that I am the first and till date I am the only DSc in mining environment.
Oh, that's great.
I have made about 604 publications. I have visited about 18 countries and I worked as a team leader in Vietnam for 2 years in a capacity building project funded by Asian Development Bank. I have made about 22 innovative developments, out of which I have got patents for 7 and others are in the process of reviewing.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Kishle Roy. I finished my doctorate 2 years ago with Professor Kamal. Previously, I was doing masters in medical microbiology in Vellore Institute of Technology, India. Then I did my PhD at Deakin University, and then I'm working as a research fellow with Professor Kamal in his lab. So my main focus of my research is targeted delivery, oral delivery for cancer and arthritis and other diseases. So I've worked with various polymers, synthesized nanoparticles, and also in targeted delivery towards cancer stem cells. And apart from this, there are other projects that I have been working on. It deals with ocular diseases such as corneal haze, cataract, and AMD. So,
Oh, that's fine. Sir, can you say more about the biotechnology and pharmaceutical conference? And your
This conference is a good platform for all biotech people. Yeah, so I think when we started at that time, we have more. Now it's improved a lot. I think we need more improvement to continue to or gather or attract more students. We are postgraduate or PhD student coming more over here, and we have a broad spectrum. This just starting from agriculture sciences, medical sciences, medical biotechnology, or pharmaceutical sciences, where people can gather together and learn more and more here in the future. So we plan in future. It's a big conference.
oh, that's great.
In my opinion, there was an era for environmental engineers and it continued for about 20 years. Now it has become the era of the biotechnologists. I've seen that many students, they are not opting even computer engineering, they are going for biotechnology. But in India, it has not been developed because it requires serious study and research, which has not yet been developed, but still students are very much interested. So in this, for that reason, I should say that this type of conference will give them more input to be interested about this biotechnology. So I feel that I should request the organizers to organize some short-term courses where the students can come and they can interact with the various say resource persons. So I think it would be better.
That's great.
So this was my first experience at a conference organized by Brightice, and it was very good. So what I learned from this conference was that the keynote speakers were well experienced senior researchers. So we learned a lot from their experiences and the way they present their research. So we know what kind of research requires more attention and which is more in focus. Apart from that, there were researchers from various universities and with vast range of interests in research, ranging from metallurgy to environmental science to biotechnology, cancer biology. So it was very informative. And as a suggestion, I would just say that, like Professor Ghosh suggested, short courses, interactive courses would be good.
So, like, what are the main topics that were discussed in the in this conference?
Main topic, I think we focus more on cancer. We start from agriculture. We talk about diabetes. There are a few talks on diabetes from UK, and I think in agriculture, I think tomorrow we have more talks. I think pesticide agriculture, how you can increase the productivity, how you can increase the different fertilizers. So I think tomorrow I think we will talk, but today it's more focus on cancer, diabetes, and environmental issues. And Dr. Ghosh has presented some delivery on the marine sciences. So I think it's a quite good success.
So, like, sir, like, I mean, there are many academicians from the side. I mean, who attend the conference, or there are many from the industrial side too.
From today looks means both means academic and industrial as well, and there are few students from university as well. So I think with that one, and there is another talk with Professor Ram. He presented some data where engineering and medical sciences can go together, and this similar type of work we are also working in our university, where we are finding a organ on chip and how you can use these organ for discovery study to test pharmaceutical research, or in the future how you can use these organ for transplantation or other thing, and how you can use a existing technology with hybridizing with the old technology and make it more fruitful for human beings. So these are the few topics today we covered.
Did you find any difference from the past, like first international conference on biotechnology and pharmaceutical sciences, and the second one?
With this one, yeah, of course there is a change. At that time, I remember there was more than 50% or 60% topic on from agriculture, starting from I think from diesel perspective or something like that. But this time I found more, because as Dr. Ghosh we also discussed, carbon dating is a big issue. So if we put a more carbon on our environment, then it's not good. So we need more greener technology, or greener means source of energy, which is the very huge scope in India, especially with the solar energy or with the wind energy. So which is quite good. So this time I found more people with applied research is coming. So that's the advantage for this conference this time.
Like, what are the difference you?
Yeah, actually biodiesel is gaining more and more interest because it will limit the carbon dioxide emission. So for that reason, actually in my paper I have tried to suggest that biodiesel can be made from the algae, from the say marine sources. If it can be used in that case, actually we you know that we are having the shortage of the petroleum. So it actually can be extracted from this algae or marine resources, it would be better for say limiting the global warming.
Fine.
I personally like the way people presented with the innovative technologies that are coming. So there are some research backgrounds which we have to study, and there are some primitive technologies which we generally follow. But with this conference, we got to know certain new technologies and new innovations which have come up recently. So it was more interesting.
So, like, what are the great takeaways from this conference for you?
Take most message for this conference is like more targeted, more applied research, and how you can make a hybrid or fuse different discipline, which we call as a multidisciplinary research, which is the need for future. So I think that's the from take most message for this conference. So people from agriculture, there are some other things people also doing using a pesticide, like in our lab we are using different eye diseases starting from cornea, is Isli already mentioned. So I think this is a combination of multiple discipline or multiple fields. Here I think this is the useful for future.
Hi sir, can we have? Hi sir, can we have your intro?
Yeah, my name is Ram Dantu. I'm a professor in University of North Texas, Dallas, and I also have a Center for Information and Computer Security. I work in next generation emergency services. We have several grants from National Science Foundation, from emergency services to remote media control to measuring vital signs on the emergency scene, in addition to emergency dispatch protocols. These protocols are very vital for actually collecting information from the scene, and right now these are all used using mostly voice and audio kind of protocols. We have introduced new kind of protocols based on video and as well as text. So these we believe are going to improve the performance. Normally it takes around sometimes maybe 3 to 5 minutes to figure out who the person is and what is the actual problem. Now using these protocols we are hoping that it's going to be 60 seconds. That's what our target is. So that's kind of projects we're working on. We also have a project on CPR, that is cardiopulmonary resuscitation. That means you have to use chest compressions for the person who has heart attack or cardiac arrest. So we have devised a method using just a mobile phone, how you can actually use chest compressions accurately with very high performance, so that the person can revive and kind of supply oxygen to all the organs. That's the kind of project we're working on. We are able to actually compare results with the existing vendors. We are probably, the cost-wise, it is maybe 1/50th of the cost as the existing vendors. This is mostly useful for villages in India, remote villages where they can get healthcare very low cost, almost no cost healthcare. That's the aim of this project, especially impacting the society.
That's good. So, like, how was the biotechnology and pharmaceutical conference?
Say it again.
How was today's conference?
Today's conference was really about biotechnology, biomedical engineering, and pharmaceuticals. I really enjoyed a couple of talks more on diabetes and the other cancer kind of treatments. And my area is more on biomedical engineering. That's where I work on blood pressure measurements and engineering more. So it's one of the topics in this conference, and I see surprisingly that there are some people from other countries actually presenting papers, which is really good. And I'm not expert in pharmaceuticals, but I do understand some aspects of biotechnology.
Yeah. So, like, what were the topics that you enjoyed most in this conference?
I like more on the diabetes and as well as cancer, treatment kind of thing. Those are the two topics. So far, I have liked it.
So, like, what was your message to the audience? I mean, what was your message to the audience people?
What was the
Message.
message?
Yeah.
The audience.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure about the audience whether they are actually in the area, they're doing research. Actually, I'm not sure. There are looks like more students, but I think that's the right time. Actually, they should start thinking about research. My belief is that unless even undergraduate level you do a good research, then that's the time you should start thinking about a research project, something that's actually you can realize, something that actually you learn how to do. For example, biotechnology, how do you do real research? I think it's really expensive, but I think there's a time to actually open up and you think about it.
So you?
For me, today's message would be more like sir suggested, open up and learn more from senior researchers, the way they present. Not apart from presenting your research, learn about interaction and collaboration so that you can grow together and take science to another level.
Sir.
You see, there are a lot of scopes in biotechnological research other than any other subjects. So it will continue for a long time because there will be a lot of impact on agricultural production. Now I think all of you know about GM crops and all these things, how to meet the food security of India. You know that food security has been passed in our country and it is increasing the spend of 8,000 crores of rupees per year. So for that reason, I think a good amount of money should be spent for the research, which most of the colleges, particularly private colleges, they are not having. So in that case, when it has been opened, government should give some grant to go for more research, and they should actually see that whether it is properly being actually developed and whether it can contribute a good good work to our country for the development of our country.
Thanks, sir. It's really pleasure having you here. Hope to see you on the Thor International Conference on Biotechnology and Pharmaceutical Sciences.
But
No, I'm saying thanks.
yeah,
It's,
Thank you.
thank you very much.